Most Americans assume that made in USA and American-owned mean the same thing. In the zero-turn mower market, that assumption costs buyers thousands of dollars and sends profits to another continent. Husqvarna physically builds mowers in South Carolina. American workers, American assembly. The company was founded in Sweden in 1689 and the headquarters are still there. It trades on NASDAQ Stockholm. The money goes back to Europe. Cub Cadet falls under Stanley Black & Decker, a multinational conglomerate. John Deere is American-owned but manufactures across Germany, Japan, China, and Mexico. The label says one thing, the ownership structure says another. Only 3 brands today are both American-owned and built on American soil. We are going through each one, where they started, where they build, and why that distinction matters before you spend $5,000 on a machine. What nobody explains before you walk out of that store with a $5,000 machine on order. Made in USA refers to where a machine is physically assembled. American-owned refers to where the profits go, where the strategic decisions are made, and who controls the supply chain long-term. Those are 2 completely different things, and the distinction does not appear on any price tag. Husqvarna was founded in Sweden in 1689. The headquarters are still in Husqvarna, Sweden. The company is publicly traded on NASDAQ Stockholm. It operates manufacturing plants in South Carolina and Georgia, which means American workers are building those machines on American soil. But the research and development, the strategic direction, and the profits flow back to Stockholm. That is not an American company using foreign labor. That is a foreign company using American labor. The difference matters. Cub Cadet is owned by Stanley Black & Decker, a multinational conglomerate with operations across dozens of countries. Ferris is owned by Briggs & Stratton, itself a brand with a layered ownership structure that has changed more than once in recent years. John Deere is genuinely American-owned, and that deserves to be said. But the manufacturing footprint runs through Germany, Japan, China, and the company has confirmed production expansion into Mexico. American brand and American-made machine are not the same thing, and John Deere is the clearest example of that gap. Why does any of this matter to the buyer standing in a dealership? Because supply chain decisions, reinvestment in American communities, and long-term manufacturing commitments are controlled by whoever owns the company, not wherever the final bolt gets tightened. When a Swedish parent company decides to restructure, the South Carolina plant does not get a vote. This is not a quality argument. Husqvarna builds capable equipment. This is a transparency issue. Buyers are spending serious money on machines they expect to run for a decade, and they deserve to know exactly what they are buying before the check clears. Bad Boy Mowers started in 2002 in a garage in Batesville, Arkansas. Not a regional factory, not a small manufacturing plant, a garage. And the first thing they did was solve a problem the entire industry had ignored. Zero-turn mowers in 2002 were commercial equipment. The price point kept them on professional crews and out of residential driveways. Bad Boy changed that. They brought zero-turn technology to the homeowner market at a price regular buyers could actually reach. And that is not a footnote in the brand's history. That is the entire reason the residential zero-turn category exists the way it does today. Production has not moved. Every commercial and residential zero-turn Bad Boy sells is built at a single campus in Batesville, Arkansas, using American steel. That claim was true when the first mower rolled out of that garage in 2002, and it remains true in 2026. The campus is expanding. 300 new jobs are being added. The fabrication stays in Batesville. The main residential lines are the MZ Magnum and the Rebel. The Renegade and Rogue handled the serious end of the lineup. Full-length welded steel frames, heavy-gauge fabricated decks, Kawasaki or Kohler engine options depending on configuration. That is the same construction specification commercial crews look for. The price is built for a homeowner who is done replacing the same machine every 4 years. Brand has always had one problem, and it is the name. Bad Boy sits on the same dealer floor as Husqvarna and John Deere. It carries more steel for the money than either of them. And buyers walk past it because nothing about that name signals serious equipment. It is serious equipment. Born in a garage in Arkansas in 2002, still building in Batesville, still independent. No foreign parent company making decisions from another continent. No restructuring announcement that moves production to a lower-cost country. An American-owned brand building American-made machines in the same Arkansas town where it started. That is the entire story, and it has not changed. Spartan Mowers was founded in 2015 by Robert Foster. The original design was sketched on a napkin, not a whiteboard in a corporate R&D facility. A napkin. And the company was built in Batesville, Arizona, the same town as Bad Boy. 2 zero-turn manufacturers, 1 small Arkansas city, both building on American soil. The production facility is 200,000 square feet in Batesville. American steel, American assembly, American workers. From a napkin sketch in 2015 to a 200,000 square foot Arkansas operation in under a decade. That is not a slow build. In January 2022, Spartan was acquired by the Toro Company. Toro is headquartered in Bloomington, Minnesota. It is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange under ticker TTC. It is an American company. The acquisition did not move production. Spartan still builds in Arkansas, and that has not changed. Some buyers treat any acquisition as a warning sign. In this case, the parent company is American. The production stayed in Arkansas, and Toro has a documented track record of keeping acquired brands operational in their original locations. Exmark is the proof of that, and Exmark is the next brand on this list. The main lines are the Shield, RZ, SRT, and KGZ-XD. This is not equipment designed for a suburban half-acre. Spartan is oriented toward rural buyers, ranch owners, and large acreage properties. Buyers who need a machine that handles serious land without being replaced in 3 years. The build reflects that. Heavy construction, serious specifications, and a price point that matches what the machine actually is. The ownership chain here is worth saying clearly. Robert Foster built a company from a napkin sketch into a major American manufacturing operation. Toro, an American company with over a century of history in outdoor power equipment, acquired it and left the production in Arkansas. The profits stay in America. The decisions are made in America. The machines are built in America. Designed on a napkin. Built in Arkansas. Owned by an American company. The chain is unbroken. Exmark was founded in 1982 in Beatrice, Nebraska, over 40 years ago. And from the first machine that rolled out of that Nebraska facility, the target customer was never the homeowner with a half-acre lot. Exmark was built for professional landscapers, and that focus has never changed. Production today runs out of Windham, Minnesota. Exmark was acquired by the Toro Company in 1997, and the manufacturing stayed. That is not a coincidence. Toro has a specific and consistent track record with the brands it acquires. Keep the expertise in place, keep the production in the original location, keep the team that built the reputation intact. Exmark in Minnesota is the clearest example of that pattern, and Spartan in Arkansas is the confirmation that it was not a one-time decision. The Laser Z holds leading market share in its class in the United States. Professional landscapers do not debate that. They buy it and move on. When an entire industry of working professionals who depend on their equipment to generate income converge on one brand that is not marketing, that is 40 years of performance data making the decision for them. The main lines are the Laser Z, the Radius, and the Vertex. Engine options include Kohler and Kawasaki, both brands with significant American manufacturing presence. The machines are dealer only. You will not find an Exmark at Tractor Supply or Rural King. The price reflects what it is, and the dealer network behind it reflects how the company supports what it sells. If you are mowing a suburban half-acre, this is more machine than your property requires. If you have 2 acres or more and you are done with the replacement cycle, this is where serious buyers end up. Not because of advertising. Exmark does not need to advertise to homeowners. Because professional crews who run these machines for 10 hours a day have already made the argument. 40 years. Nebraska to Minnesota. American-owned, American-built, and the professional standard for the entire category. This is not an argument about quality. Husqvarna builds capable machines. That needs to be said before anything else, because this is not a takedown of their engineering. This is a transparency issue, and those are 2 completely different conversations. Husqvarna Group is a Swedish multinational, founded in 1689, headquartered in Husqvarna, Sweden, publicly traded on Nasdaq Stockholm. The company operates manufacturing plants in South Carolina and Georgia. American workers build those machines on American soil. That is real employment, and it matters to those communities. But the research and development happens in Sweden, the strategic decisions are made in Sweden, the profits flow back to Sweden. When Husqvarna Group decides to restructure its global manufacturing footprint, the South Carolina plant does not have a seat at that table. The same logic applies across the category. Cub Cadet sits under Stanley Black & Decker, a multinational conglomerate. Ferris sits under Briggs & Stratton, a brand with an ownership history that has shifted more than once. American assembly is real. American ownership is a different standard entirely. When you buy Husqvarna, you are supporting a European company that employs American workers. That is a legitimate business model. It is not the same as buying from a company whose owners live in Arkansas or Minnesota and reinvest in those towns. The money stays in a completely different place. Buyers spending $5,000 or more on a machine deserve to know exactly which one they are getting. 3 brands. Bad Boy in Arkansas, born in a garage in 2002, still building in the same town. Spartan in Arkansas, sketched on a napkin, now under an American parent that left the production exactly where it was. Exmark in Minnesota, 40 years as the professional standard. American-owned from the first machine to the last. None of them have a marketing budget that puts them on a Super Bowl screen. None of them have a paint color that triggers brand recognition before you read a single spec. What they have is American ownership and American manufacturing. Subscribe. Next video. Every zero-turn mower built by John Deere ranked.